Not many game series can be referred to as genre-defining, but in the world of console racing games, Gran Turismo fits the bill. The latest entry in the Gran Turismo series, Gran Turismo 4, is bigger and bolder than ever before. So big, in fact, that the sheer volume of content in the game makes terms like massive and sprawling seem inadequate. But is it a better game than what's come before it? That's the question we'll tackle here in our look at one of the biggest driving games of this console generation. First, let me hit you with some numbers: 50, 80, and 700, as in Gran Turismo's 50-plus tracks, 80 manufacturers, and well more than 700 cars featured on its extensive roster. The list of drivable cars not only dips into all makes and models, sampling from a huge variety of power and prestige, but also spans the entire history of the automobile era, with one-horsepower classics such as the Ford Model T and the Daimler motor carriage. The future is accounted for too, with a number of concept cars that may not see real asphalt for 10 years or more. All of these cars can be taken out onto GT4's tracks, which include a tantalizing mix of real speedways from around the world, city courses from Hong Kong to the Big Apple, dirt, ice, and snow tracks, and classic Gran Turismo original courses that are now starting to feel like old friends. Beyond these impressive features, GT4's most obvious attraction is its graphics. To say the game redefines the graphical reach of the PS2 is not an understatement. It looks flat out amazing. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, I'll shut up for a second and let the footage do the talking. As you can see, GT4's car models look fantastic, and though only 6 cars are on track at any time, the game suffers zero slowdown even when things pile up in the corners or during drastic elevation changes. The lighting effects that were impressive in Gran Turismo 3 are stunning in GT4. Other touches, such as crowd members running onto the track during rally stages to snap a picture of your car, then leaping out of the way at the last instant, add an immersive sense of danger and blistering speed to the game. And though the game doesn't feature damage modeling, you'll suffer a dramatic blurring effect when slamming into walls or opponents. GT4's 2 main modes are Arcade, where you can enter single races, time trials, 2-player battles, or LAN races for up to 5 other competitors, and the Gran Turismo mode, essentially a career mode that will be familiar to anyone who has played a previous GT game. You start out with a meager amount of credits, though players with a save file from Gran Turismo 3 will be able to transfer up to 100,000 credits to their GT4 account. And you begin your quest for automotive dominance by buying, upgrading, and in some cases selling your cars. Before you can attack the real race series in the game, you'll need to earn a license. Yes, friends, love them or hate them, the license tests return in Gran Turismo 4. The races themselves are organized into halls separated by either skill level or geographic locations, such as the Japanese, American, and European halls. Most races include a set of requirements that must be met in order to gain entry. These can range from country of origin restrictions to drivetrain requirements to specifications on horsepower or car length. Tweaking your ride before a race is easy thanks to a much improved setup interface which organizes your car's components in a clear and easy to understand way. Once your car is configured to your liking, it's time to hit the track. It's here where the rubber meets the road that Gran Turismo's brilliant strengths and most glaring flaws lie. On the positive side, the 4th iteration of GT captures the feel of tires gripping pavement like no other game in the business. Every in-car aspect of sensory input is carefully designed to provide the illusion that you are actually screaming down the streets of Paris or perilously teetering over the edge of the Grand Canyon cliffs. From a driving standpoint, Gran Turismo 4 is a class by itself, with rollicking, rocking physics that accurately convey a sense of weight and shifting balance on all 4 points of the driving surface. Controlling your car in GT4 is a pleasure using the dual shock controller, and if you've got one of these, you're in for a real treat, as a great force feedback wheel will add another layer of immersiveness to the game. Though the driving model in the real driving simulator is exceptional, the racing model doesn't always make the grade. You'll be able to cut corners and even entire chicanes without suffering time penalties or damage to your car. The use of opponent cars as bumpers around tight corners or as helpful speed-scrubbing aids abounds as well. Additionally, your opponents on the track have little, if any, awareness of your position on the track and will often slam into you from behind without making the slightest attempt to get around you. In the end, the racing model leaves a lot to be desired. Beyond the scintillating driving model, the best part about GT4 is the sheer volume of things to do. GT4 is packed to the bits with a host of surrounding mini modes and features that go a long way towards creating a sense of GT lifestyle in the game's career mode. The photo travel mode, for example, is a fun, flexible feature that allows you to place the ride of your choice in a number of photorealistic locations, from Boston's Beacon Hill to the Las Vegas Strip. Snap a picture or two and then save your best pictures to your PS2 memory card. Driving missions, an impressive replay feature, a race analysis mode, drag racing down the Vegas Strip, there's enough to here to keep you busy for weeks, if not months. On the downside, all of these features mean some ugly and prevalent loading times in between screens that will test your patience. Gran Turismo 4 arrives under heavy expectations, if only because each installment in the series has been such an epic event. Despite its numerous delays and prominent feature omissions, the most important being online play, GT4 is a game that will keep enthusiasts busy for months, and due to its upgraded presentation will likely win some new fans as well. And though the game suffers from a curious lack of evolution in terms of some of its central aspects, most noticeably the racing AI, when GT4 works to its strengths, it delivers like few games of this console generation. For more details, be sure to read our full review at GameSpot.